aims to promote a better understanding between Muslims and non-Muslims in the West, and he joins us from our studio in Salford. Mr. Shafiq, thank you very much indeed for your time this evening.
Good evening, Sue.
What's your analysis of what we know about this individual so far and his motivation for doing what he's done?
Well, first of all, if I can offer my deepest sympathies and condolences to the Muslim French soldiers that were also killed, along with that Christian Roman Catholic soldier, and also the children and the rabbi that were killed in that Jewish school yesterday. What it demonstrates to you is that this man and his evil ideology have no regard for human life and have no regard for children. And the way he massacred those children in that playground will have a deep effect, not just on the French people, but people all around the world. And secondly, I think what's very worrying is that this man was in a Kandahar jail in Afghanistan, going ahead with training, terrorist training in a training camp. He was, the French intelligence agencies were aware of that. They were monitoring him over the past 3 or 4 years. Yet he was able to evade a suspect in terms of being tackled. So I think there's a real concern that there's been some intelligence failings on the part of the French authorities.
What's your feeling, your worry, if you will, about the impact of this incident politically and particularly on multicultural relations as well?
Well, I think you've got to put this in the context of the French presidential election. You see President Sarkozy lurching further to the right, in particularly close to trying to capture some of Le Pen's votes. And what it demonstrates to you very clearly is that this is a president that is trying to demonize and attack people of faith. If it's not attacking Muslims for wearing a headscarf or halal meat, it's the Jewish community and kosher meat. And what we must do, and President Sarkozy must lead this example, is to stop the attacks against people of faith, and particularly the Muslim community, demonization, to step back and to work to build people together. And if he does that, then I think France will have a successful multicultural society. But if he fails to do that, it will ostracize and lead to further division, which is very dangerous, as we've seen over the last 24 hours.
You talk about President Sarkozy's move to the right. The far right in France are a fairly powerful organisation, aren't they? Are you worried that they're going to try and make political gain out of what's happened here? Well,
what's been interesting, Sue, is that over the 24 hours ago, when we first heard about this and potentially that this might be a neo-Nazi, we saw Le Pen and the far-right National Front in France very quiet. And suddenly when news broke this morning, the early hours this morning, that he was a so-called Muslim because he doesn't represent Islam. Islam totally forbids the killing of innocent people. Marie Le Pen was jumping up and down and trying to jump on this bandwagon. I think it's very important that the French presidential candidates really step back and do not allow the far right or President Sarkozy to divide communities. It's a very sad and tragic case of what is happening, but there are many lessons that they can learn from the successful way we here in the UK have tackled the issue of terrorism.
OK, Mohammed Shafiq, head of the Ramadhan Foundation, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Sue.